Okay.
Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. First things first, we always make sure you can see and hear me. Oh, I can see me, so, oops, there we go. I can hear myself too, so that's a good thing. Anyways, so we're here for the Giraffe Craft-along, but let me just talk about a couple things first. This morning, I just sent out our recap email for what we do every Thursday night. Every Thursday night, we do a live demo on our Facebook page, and then right after the first of the month, depending on how busy I am, I send a recap email of everything we did. So if you haven't gotten my recap email before, go ahead and go to our homepage. Up in the upper right-hand corner, you can sign up for our email list. So go ahead, go there, sign up for our email list, and then you can start getting our recap videos. Or like me on Facebook, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then you can just watch me every Thursday. But the recap is kind of nice because it goes through all the products that we used during those videos. So, and I kind of have a little experiment going on right now because I sent it out, and it will resend in a few days, but I'm not sure if it resends to new subscribers. So if any of you go and subscribe today, like now or tonight or whatever, and then if you get it on Monday, let me know, because I want to know if it goes out to new subscribers or just the people that were originally on my email list and didn't open it. So, little experiment. If you think of it, let me know if you're a new subscriber and you get it on Monday. So anyways, the other thing we have coming up is in a couple weeks on our Thursday night. Sometimes we do like a craft along on our Thursday night. So we're doing flip-flop cards. Oops. So we're doing flip-flop cards, which you can order a kit for this. This is on our class page. But yeah, sometimes on Thursdays we do a demo, and sometimes we do a class, and sometimes we do a fun time Thursday craft along. So on the 14th, we're doing a craft along, and you can order that kit. But today it's all about the giraffe cards. So let's go down to the table. My mom's here behind the camera. She's answering questions. Okay, so we should be down on the table. So she's answering questions. So if you have questions like how to do something, surely type it in and she will stop me. If there's product questions, she's been really good lately about linking you to products. But yeah, so we'll just get going. We are doing, and we do have some kits left, not a ton. And we'll try to remake some if we have enough supplies, if we sell out. So we have this slider card. We're going to do that one first. So pull out this kit first. I think you can look for this kind of like printed paper in your kit. They both have the giraffe in it, but kind of look for this printed paper. Or we're doing this simple pop-out card, which we did on one of our Thursday night demos, but we decided to make it into a craft along because everybody likes like Baby Giraffe. He's from Impression Obsession. It's a clear set, and yeah, Baby Giraffe is so darn cute, and people like him, so I made him into a craft along.
Just a reminder, I can see greetings and questions, but I can't always answer them on the computer because
Yeah, she can't answer the YouTube ones on the computer. She can type in you should see she can't reply to the YouTube questions on the computer. So, and anyways, and sometimes she misses them. We try to catch all of them, but otherwise we do go back. So pull this out. Yeah, because there might be a few that you don't see, Mom.
Yep.
Anyways, pull this kit out. You should have a cream color steno card in there. You should have a stamped large rectangle overlay, which they could be a variance of colors depending on, and I don't think there's any that are this color, but some could be darker, some could be lighter. It depends on the juiciness of my ink pad, how hard I was pressing, what day I did it on. But it's okay because giraffes come in all sorts of shades. So yeah, yours might be slightly different than the one that I'm using. And then you should have a manila file brown slider die cut, which this is a discontinued color. So there are, if I do run out of them, I will let you know. Manila File Brown is just discontinued, so we can't remake them. So there's a limited supply of the 10 count kits. And on our sale page, there is the slider die cut 10 count kit on our sale page. So in the kit, you get this piece, plus you get the piece that pulls up and down. Okay, and those are on our sale page. Click on it, it'll open and you can select your color. And then you should have some other little pieces. Okay, we're gonna set those little pieces aside. I'm just gonna talk about our slider die cut for a minute. So the slider die cut is all pre-scored, but we actually have a die that cuts this. So it has the cut on 3 sides and it has 3 scores. So the die actually scores, and then it cuts. Okay, and you can do that just on a swatch that's this big, and then it would just slap onto the front of a card. Ours kind of makes this little pocket type thing, so you can have it on a scrapbook page if you want, or you can just have it as this little insert. I always attach it to a steno card, which this one I chopped off. I must have been short on paper at the moment, imagine that. But mine is just on a postcard right now, but I do put these on a steno card a lot. So we do have the die that cuts, and then scores. So you can make your own if you don't see a color that you like by using the die. So we are going to go to the die cut. Let's fold it first. This is the top, and the directions, our actual directions say to punch a notch in here, because you can use a piece of ribbon up here, or you can use a circle, which I used a circle, but you can see that I did not punch a notch up here, and I'm going to show you the trick that I use later rather than doing that. So, because that kind of is for your circle to fit into. But, so on our die, so it does fold in half like this. Okay, the bumps are the back. So the bumps are the back, so put those down in front of you so you can feel it. The bump side is down. And right now we're going to fold. I'm going to just start with my one that has the lines on it. So we're going to fold it up at this very top score. We're going to fold that as a valley fold. And then we're going to go to the next one and fold it as a mountain fold, and then the next one as a valley fold. I call it, it kind of looks like a little pup tent to me, so that's what I call it. But this piece is what actually slides up and down, up and down, up and down. So that's our little pup tent. So we're going to flatten that back out though. We just wanted it pre-folded. So I'm going to fold my real one now. So up at this top edge, there's a score. We're going to valley fold that, then we're going to mountain fold, and then we're going to valley fold. And this part is the part that goes up and down. Okay. Now we are going to turn that over. And I am actually going to flip that around. So flip it around, because when you're looking at the inside, this is what we're looking at. So this folds up. Okay, so right now, if I did not put anything on the inside right here, I would just see the color of the card when I pull it up and down. So sometimes I like to attach a piece of paper there. And right now I have this piece that you're going to attach. There's a score right here, so you're going to attach it just above the score. Yours is going to be brown, but I just want to make you aware of something. When you're putting words there, you want to make sure that you don't put them up too high, because as you go up and down, if you put them up too high. Also, if your paper is short, like say my paper cut off right here, this little lip could get stuck. So that's why my paper is longer than what I actually need it to be. And then the other thing is you don't want to put your words too low, because if you put a band of paper right here, which we are going to end up putting this approximately right there. So we don't want our words too low, because then they could interfere with this band that I have going on right there. And we can always lower the band. It's not a huge deal. There's room to lower the band. Or the other alternative is you can raise the paper up a little bit. So right now, we are going to use two-sided tape, and we're going to attach this. So right now, our die cut part is towards our belly, and we are looking at it, and we have our flat section without any die cutting at the top of the page. We're going to attach our, this is a piece of aged tan, which I don't usually use that color very often, but I thought it was great for the giraffe, which on my original one I had like a stamped off giraffe cover card from Impression Obsession, but it would have involved stamping it like 3 times, once for this, once to stamp off, once on there, and then I was like, what can I do? And I came across the aged tan parchment, and it kind of does, it's like a little model-y look, so it worked really well with this card. So I'm going to put tape on the back of here. I do have 45 minutes today. Usually I just get through the one card, and then I just give you directions for the other one, but I think I will be able to get through both of them today if I don't blab too much. So we're attaching that, and then when we fold this up, you can see that as our table tent moves up and down, or our little tent, it's our pup tent, as that one moves up and down, you can see the words then. Okay, so now we do need to attach, so our piece that pulls up and down, so I've been moving this with my fingers, but we need a piece of cardstock to attach to that. So let's go ahead and grab our circle, and we're just going to attach that on there first. I'm going to put tape only on half of it. And I'm just going to attach it. It doesn't matter either side for now, because this one is not stamped. So I'm just attaching it, and I'm attaching it a little bit lower than half. You can see that I did not attach it so it was sticking half up, because otherwise sometimes if it's sticking too high up, it doesn't fit in your envelope. So that's why I attach it a little bit lower than half. But when I originally said sometimes I punch a notch right here, I didn't do that this time, because I am taking, so this piece right here will sometimes get caught as you're sliding up and down. It'll catch there. So I take a piece of Scotch tape and I just cover up that lip. So that kind of makes it nice and smooth as it slides up and down. So now when it slides up and down, it's kind of nice and smooth, and it doesn't get caught on the lip of that circle. So just really easy, just a piece of Scotch tape. Now we are going to put tape on our little tape tab, which usually I have this drawn, but I don't right now. So you're only putting tape on this tape tab. So very important that you only put tape above the score and you don't go beyond the edges. So only put tape, and I have my 1/2 inch tape gun here. I'm going to pull my 1/4 inch tape gun out. So I'm only putting tape on my tape tab. I do not want to extend it beyond the edge, and I want to make sure that I'm below, or above that score. I'm in this little section that's right here. Okay. Now I am going to line this up. Now you can either, I like to line it up at my very top edge, which is my bottom edge, that's closest to my belly, but it will be the top edge after I flop it up. So I can see my hole. This is actually the back of this card, and I like to line that edge up with this edge right here, the one that's closest to my belly. Make sure it's centered. Left to right, make sure it's centered. Very important, because you have to put tape on both sides here, and if you have it way off to one side, you're not going to have much room for tape there. So make sure it's centered and flush with this edge right here, and then set it down, and you already have tape right here, and push it and it's going to stick. So it's going to stick to that tape tab. So now we can fold it up and we can pull it up and down just to make sure it works. So again, I took my cardstock, which I don't know if I have any extra pieces of cardstock here. Well, I should. Yeah, I do. Okay. So, and this one's a little bit wider. But again, we're lining it up with this edge right here. You're centering it left to right, which this is just a piece of scrap, so it's a little bit too wide. And you're just pushing it down and it will stick to this tape tab right here. And then to test it, you can fold it up and just kind of hold on it down here and make sure it goes up and down properly. Okay, so now we're going to open it back up. We need to put tape down the sides. When we do that, so we're gonna, let me get my thing here. So we're gonna put tape down the sides. And you want to use a narrow tape because you don't want tape to interfere with this sliding mechanism. So right here, it is very important to use a narrow tape. And don't get it close to this sliding mechanism because otherwise it's going to interfere with pulling up and down. That is going to end up attaching right here and right here. Okay, now some people like to put tape down here. I don't, and I'm going to show you why. When I do this, you can put a gift card in here. So you can take, and I'm just going to take a scrap piece of paper. Actually, I've got something here that kind of looks the size of a gift card, but you can slide in a gift card and it'll fit right down in there. And then when they pull this up, they see the gift card that they can pull out, and then there's a greeting. So if you have tape up here, there's not enough room to slide that in. So yeah, it's a really nice place to hide a gift card. So again, sometimes you have to pick this up a little bit, slide your gift card. Now this is obviously longer than a gift card. And this is Pearl Alcohol ink on Silver Glossy, by the way. We did that a couple Thursdays ago. So, but yeah, it's a nice place to put a gift card. So we're going to go to the taping now. You might be ahead of me, but I'm putting tape along this edge. Make it very close to the edge.
They're ahead of you because they aren't talking and they aren't asking questions.
Yeah, you're not asking questions, so you're just following along, which is good. So anyways, I put tape down my edges, and now I am folding that up. So you want it to stay, I'd rather have it close to the edge and then have you roll that tape in than have it too far in, okay? But if it is too far in, roll it back out because you want to keep it away from your sliding mechanism. So now I'm just folding that up, giving it a little push, and our slider works. Yay! Okay, now we're going to pull out our steno card. It's called a steno card because it is scored up at the top. So I forgot to show you, we do have, so this is what the slider die cut looks like. It's a 10 count package with your inserts. If you don't know if you're going to use all of one color, we do have, if you search slider, we do have a 24 count package, 2 of each of 12 colors, but it's not on sale. Okay, so there is that bulk variety if you want 2 each of 12 colors. Our steno cards we have in a multitude of different colors, and this variety pack is really nice because we're using 2 different steno cards in our craft-along today, so we do have that. We are going to take our steno card. We're going to attach our slider die cut. So this is the front, the part that pulls up and down. Don't put tape on that side. Put tape on your other side.
Eighth-inch score tape is useful too.
Oh yeah, 1/8" score tape is very useful. I have my ATG gun, so that's what I use. We're going to attach that. Now, I was looking for things to put on here because this basis or this manila file brown is discontinued. And I wanted to kind of tie in the giraffe. And so I found that the overlay fits on there kind of nice. Like you do have a different size border up here, and there you've got a little darker border down the side, but I just thought it worked. So we're going to go ahead and attach that piece on there. So this is our large oval overlay. It doesn't interfere with the slider at all. But yeah, I thought it worked on there pretty nice. I do like to use these with our rectangle. Oh no, this one doesn't work with the rectangle magic card. The oval one does. So, okay. So we're just going to kind of center that, and it will basically cover these outside edges of your slider die cut, because I think it matches exactly. So we're attaching that. Make sure he still works. Now the giraffe I pre-colored. If you want, you can take some brown ink just around the edges. I didn't on this guy, but you can take some brown ink around the edges or on his nose, because yeah, giraffes are sometimes. So this one I took a little tan ink around his face a little bit and around his edges. So that's up to you if you want to do that. We're going to attach our giraffe. See how he's a little bit, I'm going to pull this out. See how he's a little bit long? I did, instead of cutting him at a slight curve, I did trim him off straight on my actual sample. See, I trimmed him straight so he could kind of fit right into that score right there. So I trimmed him straight. Up to you. I just thought he fit on there a little bit better. Now, when you're attaching your giraffe, you only want to put tape on the section that's going to attach to your little pup tent. So right now he's going to attach here. I can't put tape on this whole thing. If I do, when I attach him, tape is going to be sticking out. So right now I'm just going to put tape on the back of my giraffe. Depending on what you're doing, you'll either put it back on the piece that's attaching, or if you're attaching it to something that covers this whole thing, you can put tape on there. But right now, I'm going to just kind of make a mental note of how far up I'm going to go on Mr. Giraffe to attach him. So I'm going to put tape on the back of him. And I'm only going to go up as far as what's going to attach to our little pup tent. If it's sticking up, which, oops, I went too high. I did go too high. You're going to just roll that back down. Or if it's a tape that doesn't roll, you do need to cover it up. Because if your tape goes up higher, then when you close your card, like if your tape is behind here, when you close your card, it's going to stick shut and then it won't pull. So make sure your tape only goes up as high as our little pup tent goes. Okay, I do like to do this. This is what I call the up position. I like to do it when it's in the up position. If I'm in the down position, and if I go past this score, again, it's going to tape your card shut. So pull it in the up position, put tape only on, like, I don't know, is that about an inch, inch and a quarter? Yeah, actually it is an inch and a quarter. And then I'm just going to attach that. Do it in the up position, because then you don't go past the magic mark of the score. Can put him back down. Okay, now I have my words. We are going to pop those up just because then it doesn't get stuck when you're pushing it up and down.
Do you sell that giraffe in a die set of some sort, Sarah?
I don't sell the giraffe. The giraffe is from Impression Obsession. Actually, I think he does come in a die set. Yes. So he's called Baby Giraffe. He's from Impression Obsession. This is a clear set, so both of these stamps are on a clear set. And yes, I think there is a die that matches him. So Impression Obsession, which is iostamps.com. And he's called Baby Giraffe if you go in the search bar. So I am going to attach these two pieces together. And I'm going to trim them after I attach them. Or you can trim them ahead of time. Yeah, I need to trim a little bit off. Well, it can either go out to the outer edges of the card, or if you want to trim off, you can trim off 1/8 of an inch on both ends. Let's make sure I don't trim too much. Yep. Did that pretty good. Let's see if I can do the other side straight while on camera. Ugh. There we go. Okay, so now when attaching this piece, I like to use foam tape to pop it up just so he doesn't get stuck. And I'm only going to put my foam tape on the ends. So I'm only going to put foam tape on the very ends. Otherwise it'll get stuck with the this sliding mechanism. And I don't want it to get stuck there. Now sometimes, depending on how big of a piece I'm using, I can put a little bit of tape, which I'm going to cut my tape narrow because I'm not sure how. Hang on a second, I'm just going to show you. So you don't have to do this. I think I only put tape, yes I did. On this one I only put tape on my ends, but I just want to show you this. So sometimes you can put tape on this very bottom edge. That's my bottom edge, as long as it is below where this slider is. And that's why I cut my tape very narrow. If I would have used and that's just sometimes so it doesn't like sink in. But I put tape only on the outer edges. If you're going to put it on the bottom, make sure it's very narrow and it's going to fall below that sliding mechanism. And then you can attach that on there and then slide it up and down. So yeah, I have my little tape right there. So that is our slider card. So what are we at for time, Mom?
Oh, you are at 9:42. Oh my gosh.
9:42.
Okay.
We have 15 minutes. Perfect. So we're going to pull out the other one. Yeah, because we go to 10 o'clock. So yeah, that worked pretty good. So I have my little extra pieces and parts. So in this one, you should have a hot fudge steno card. You should have a piece that looks like, whoops, hang on a second. I thought I had one cut. No, I don't. Or taped together. So, and then you should have a piece that is taped together and looks like this, and it's got slits right there. And I'm going to show you how we got to that point. Mine isn't taped together, so, but I will show you. And then you should have 2 green rectangles, a couple pieces of printed paper. You have the circles for the front, a band for the inside, oops, a band for the inside, and then you have some circles for the inside too.
Will we get the giraffe and have to color it?
The giraffe comes pre-colored in the kit.
Okay.
So he comes pre-colored, I pre-cut him out. So he comes pre-colored and I did cut him out. So let's go, and we're going to go to how we got this inside part, because yours comes pre-done, and we did that because it's technically easier, we found. So I took another steno card, cream, and I cut it slightly smaller just because I wanted to see the brown on the inside. So this part is already done for you. I'm just showing you what we did. Then I took my 2 pieces of patterned paper, and again, this is pre-done for you in this specific kit. But if you want to replicate, this is what you do. And I didn't have to cut my steno card smaller. I just wanted to see the border of my steno card. So I cut the cream steno card, because it's going to be on the inside, slightly smaller than my brown. Then we attached 2 pieces of printed paper to the inside. And then we have a die set. So we have this simple pop-out die set, which it is on sale. Just search the word simple and it'll come up. It's originally $17. It's on sale for $14. Not on the sale page, just on our regular die page. And so with these dies, you get 3 different sizes, a big one, medium, and small. I used the small one. And there's little notches here. These little notches line up with the center of whatever you're doing. So if you're doing a scored card, they line up with the center. And then all you do is run that through your die cut machine. After it's run through the die cut machine, you get, and I'm not going to run it through my die cut machine because I have pieces that are semi done. It slits it, and then there is a little score right here.
So is that the simple pop-out card-making die set?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, it's the simple pop-out card-making die set. So these little notches are just there to line up with the score, the middle score. Okay, and then all you do is run it through. Now, it won't cut, I don't believe it'll cut 2 pieces of cardstock unless you use a lot of pressure. So this is a thinner printed paper. It cut through the thinner printed paper plus the cardstock. It might cut through 2 cardstocks if it's really sharp, like brand new. But the other thing that you can use the simple pop-out for die set for is to make this little gift stack. So it's using all 3 of your sizes. So these are your 3 different sizes. And if you cut them one at a time fairly close together, you get this little gift stack pop out. So anyways, I am going to pull mine. So here's mine, and mine isn't attached. Yours is already attached because when we started die cutting these, we didn't attach them and we just held them in place with removable tape, and it was kind of a pain. So we were like, we're just going to go ahead and attach these for you. So yours are attached. I need to attach mine. So yours are pre-done. Oh, actually, it did cut through. It did cut through to cardstock because this green that you're using is our 65-pound jelly bean. So it's our 65-pound jelly bean, and it's our 80-pound cream cougar. So I take that back. It did cut through both layers at one time. And I'm just going to bring my sample card over here. So this pop-out made this little insert thing that you can bump up. So now we're moving on. Now you're working with me. It folds. This is our regular A2 fold, okay, or for our steno. We're going to pull that out, and we're just going to kind of stick our finger in there and kind of use that to bend it. And we kind of are just creating the fold. So it doesn't score it on the ends, but if you kind of take your finger in there and just kind of, bend it at the end of the slits, you kind of make that fold.
A gentle assist.
Yeah, it's a gentle assist. That's a good word for it. So now we have our little simple pop out. And this one, I think I kept this one aside because it was cut slightly crooked, and it still works, so it's fine. Now we're going to attach that inside this scored card. The place that you don't want to put tape is you don't want to put tape in here. So if this is still sticking in here like this, don't put tape right here because you can't get adhesive right there. Otherwise, it won't pop out any longer. So we're going to put tape on one side, doesn't matter which. Oops, my card won't stay open. But I did have the green on the top. Doesn't matter because we didn't put the front of the card together yet. And we're just going to line up this fold with the inside score of our card. And it should be then fairly similar border all the way around. Now we're going to put tape on the other side. What time is it, Mom?
You've got 10 minutes left.
10 minutes. Nice.
Yeah, you're doing really well.
I like the 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Lets me get through more. Now we can eat. I like to just fold it down, but you can take it. Sometimes I do this just so I can make sure that it's Dinko Kitty Wampus, and it stays straight. Okay, so now we have our little pop-up mechanism. Nice. Now we can go to the inside of our card. Again, when we attach our giraffe, we can put a little bit of tape right here if we wanted, or we can just put a little bit of tape on the back of our giraffe. But you don't want tape extending out, because you'll tape your card, your giraffe, he'll stick to the back part right there. Now on this one, I did take a little sponge to the edge of my giraffe and to my words. So if you want to do that, you can. You don't have to. Let's see if I have the right color here. Just has to be a medium brown. I just did rough those edges up a little bit. I think I had a darker brown originally, but it's okay. It's all good. Doesn't have to be the same. And sometimes I'll pick this guy up and I'll kind of hold him tight and then just take my sponge. And you could use a blending brush or a sponge or whatever you so desire.
That's where duo-daubers came in.
Yeah, duo-daubers, yeah. Actually, I don't have any duo-daubers, but yes, those are like a blast from the past. I don't even know if they make those anymore.
I don't think they do, because I use them a lot with my quilted carpet.
Okay, so then you can do that with your giraffe too if you want. Yeah, duo-daubers. How many of you have those?
Only so.
No, I think there's probably a lot of people out there that have duo-daubers.
Oh my God. And they stay juicy.
And they had I think they had a little box for them that you could have like one for every color. I have that with some of my stippling brushes and now blending brushes. So anyways, we have our giraffe. We inked him up a little bit. Again, not necessary if you don't want to. Put a little bit of tape on the back of your giraffe.
Oh my gosh, no, I don't want to do this. No.
What?
Okay, you're good.
Okay. Don't play with that computer, Mom.
I wasn't. I was just answering a question and saying, no, I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to update, but.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to update right now. Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah.
So anyways, you're going to attach your giraffe. Yeah, no updates when you're in the middle of stuff.
Gosh.
That's annoying.
That's why I had to answer, Sarah.
Yeah.
I told him no, and then he started anyway.
Okay. So then we're going to put our green strip, and it does go, let's see, it goes almost edge to edge of our cream, or you can snip a tiny bit off. I'm going to snip a tiny bit off. I thought I made them the same size. Obviously I did not. Sorry.
Somebody else has those duo-daubers, or used to. Definitely a blast from the past.
Okay.
Sarah, you have 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Okay, we're doing good because we just need to attach on the
7
front.
minutes, I'm sorry.
Now
6.
I did just pop up my top word. Yeah, we're just
6 minutes.
6 minutes. We can do it, people. Okay.
Now, you didn't make that giraffe flat on the bottom. You left him rounded, right?
I left him rounded. Yeah, but you could make him flat if you wanted to. Okay, so and then you don't have to use foam tape on the inside. Like if you're mailing and you don't want to use foam tape, you don't have to. So for the front, you should have, oh, I missed this in my should have video or talk in the beginning. You should have another piece of cardstock because this goes on the very front. And I did sponge this around the edges. So I'm just going to do that super quick. Again, not necessary if you don't want to. If you're doing it later, you do whatever you want. Oh, my little sponge is like shedding. Might need to get rid of this sponge. Okay, so now we are just attaching, I'll get rid of all my little sponge pieces. And the front of my card looks like that. Okay, so we're just attaching our pieces. Kind of lay them out before you attach them. And again, they don't match exactly to what I have on my picture because I couldn't find the exact printed paper. But I think I did pretty good. And we'll just turn them over and put adhesive on them and attach them.
That paper is unique. Every card's unique, right?
Right. So yeah, I don't really have a show special going on today, but I did put the slider cards on the sale page, and the simple pop-out die is on sale, but it's on the die page. We have other things on our sale page. So in our recap video, I sent, or my recap email, there's everything we did. So because we did the cascading card last month in our one-of-a-kind craft-along, the cascading cards are on the sale page too. If you missed ordering those last time, they're there again. Actually, I forgot to take them off. So
You got a bonus.
so, but they're there, so if you missed ordering those last time, you can get those now. And again, if you don't get my recap email, go ahead and sign up for that. Come and visit me every Thursday on our Facebook page or on my YouTube channel. And we do a demo, craft-along, because we have our Fun Time Thursday craft-along coming up with our flip-flop cards. So now before I attach my last one on there, because I'm going to pop him up, I'm going to attach this to the front of the card.
Do you have the Baby Giraffe stamp and die set?
I
No.
do not. They're from Impression Obsession. Baby Giraffe is from Impression Obsession. So iostamps.com.
Yeah, I gave them a link. They are Impression Obsession.
And now I am going to pop this guy up. Let's see if I can find some foam tape. Oops, this was my non-ripping foam tape. So, yeah, that's what we have for you today. Do we still have a minute left so I can
You
show
have 1.5 minutes, maybe.
1.5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to show my flip-flop cards really quick. And then I will get out of here so you can get on to the next project. Okay, so our 2 cards that we did today. But our flip-flop cards, this is Fun Time Thursday, April 14th. So we have our 2 flip-flop cards coming up on our Fun Time Thursday, April 14th. So there is a kit for this on our webpage. So thank you for joining me today for our simple pop-out with Baby Giraffe and our slider card, which he kind of pops up with Baby Giraffe. So thanks for joining me. Have fun today, guys. Bye.